Hello, God bless you. My name is Emmanuel, and welcome again to my channel. I want to briefly share a word with us today. Why marriages don't work in our generation, or why most marriages don't work in this generation. And I want to draw a reference from the Bible to say what I want to say. If you have read the book of Kings, the encounter of Elijah and Elisha, the first time that Elisha met his master Elijah. Elisha was a businessman. He was keeping flock. In those days, if you have flock, you're a wealthy man. He's like the oil field of that generation. So he was a rich man. Elisha had money. So when he met Elijah, he wanted to follow Elijah, and Elijah refused and turned him down. Then Elisha did something. He went back and burned down his business, destroyed his business, and then Elijah accepted him. Let me tell you something. The reason that most marriages don't work in our generation is because people enter marriage with personal agenda. People come into marriage with private, secret agenda. People come into marriage with plan B. We enter into marriage with plan B. You already have a plan. While coming into the marriage, you are not coming into it to give all of yourself. You're not coming into it to give 100% commitment to it. You will see somebody going into marriage. They'll say, okay, I will save some money in case something happens. I will have something to fall back to. Some people will even make arrangement with their families, with their parents, with their siblings to keep an investment by the side. And they will say, in case this marriage doesn't work, so I will have something to fall back to. Some women are saving money. Their husband will give them money and they are saving it. In their mind, they are like, in case if there is a divorce, I will have something to fall back to. So I've met some men who tell me, some brothers who tell me, oh, I have an account my wife doesn't know about. I think I've met probably some men who keep saying this thing. And I'm wondering, you married this lady, you entered into a covenant with her at the altar, and you are hiding your bank account from her in case if the marriage doesn't work out. So they will tell you, my my wife shouldn't know all my investment in case something happens. But your siblings will know all your investments. But your mother will know all your investments. Then your wife, who is one flesh with you, will not know all your investment. So, and you see some ladies go into marriage, they want to have their own thing. They want to do their own thing by the side. So they tell their husbands, you know what, I want to start a business for myself in my name. And you are not going to ask me what I do with the money. So it's my business. I'm going to run this thing by myself in my name. Now, and there's nothing wrong with having your own business as a woman. But if your intention for owning things, you see, I have a problem with people who want to own things, because in the kingdom, we don't own things. In the kingdom, we don't own things. You are just a steward. God is giving you something to keep. You are a steward. And whatever he needs, in fact, you are a channel of blessing. You are a steward, a channel of blessing. So I personally don't own anything. That's why God can call on me anytime and say, close your account, give out the money as a seed, and I will obey him. I've done it several times where I saved up money, and God will say, you see that man of God, send that money to him, and I will obey him. Why? In the kingdom, we don't own things. Things don't belong to us. I don't put my name on things because it doesn't belong to me. I'm a steward. I'm keeping God's blessings. When he needs it, he will collect it. So why am I saying this? Understand that when you are going into marriage, just like when you give your life to Christ, you entered into a covenant through the blood of Jesus. You enter into covenant with God through the blood of Jesus, meaning that nothing belongs to you anymore. God can ask you to give it up. God told Abraham, take your son, your only son whom you love, and I'll show you a mountain to sacrifice him. And he obeyed. Why? Because he has a covenant with God through circumcision. There was a covenant. They cut a covenant. Now, in marriage, when you enter into a covenant with a woman or with a man, through vows at the altar, this is for married people, please. I'm not talking about courtship. When you enter into a covenant, you understand that everything belongs to the both of you. This marriage mindset that people have to own things, they will tell their spouse, don't touch my phone. It's my phone. Don't touch my car. Don't touch my wallet. Don't touch my this. Don't touch my that. And some people, probably before they got married, they had an investment. Now they are married. Instead of adding their spouse to the investment, so their spouse becomes aware of the investment and a part of it, they will exclude their spouse from their investment, and they don't want their spouse to know what is going on with their investment. I don't know if you understand what I mean. And let me tell you this: you have the right to oppose what I'm saying, but I will tell you this and take it to the bank. Take this word to the bank. See, if a husband and wife are not united financially, the marriage will not work. Take it to the bank. If there is no financial unity, if in the area of money, because money is a god, if in the area of money, finances, they are not united, Now, I'm not saying that they must have joint account. That's not what I'm saying. It's up to you, however you want to do it. But if there is that spirit of independence, everybody wants to do their own thing. Everybody wants to do their own thing. You don't want to open up and be vulnerable to your wife or your husband to know what you are doing with money, how you invest your money. If there is no transparency in that area, that marriage will face many, many challenges. It may not work. There will be many challenges. You may pretend that it's working, but it's not working. All right? So I just want to say this. The reason that marriages in our generation don't work is because we don't have a covenant mindset. In covenant, you don't protect yourself. You are vulnerable. You are not trying to be guarded. You are not trying to be guarded. No, you have to be open to your spouse. You have to be open. You have to be open and transparent. So all this idea of you are going into marriage, you already have a mindset. I will save money in the hands of my sibling. My brother will be saving money for me, and my wife will not know. My sister will be saving money for me. Oh, my parents will be managing my investments, and my wife will not know. All that mindset, that's the reason that marriages in our generation don't work out. Because people go into it, they already have an agenda. You already have a plan. You already have an agenda that your husband will not know how much you are making, will not touch your money. Your wife will not touch your money. So she should do her own thing, and you will do your own thing. Nobody should ask you where you are going. So you dress up and you leave the house. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? Like, you dress up. Your spouse is in the house. You dress up. You take car keys and you leave the house, and you don't tell your spouse where you are heading to. Like, are you kidding me? Why would you marry somebody to make their lives miserable? Why would you do that? Why do people do that? If you don't want to be married, be single. Enjoy yourself. There are single people who are enjoying their lives, to be honest with you. But if you choose to marry, if you want to marry, you have to be open and stop being independent in the sense that your spouse will know what you're doing. That's why marriages don't work out, because you don't want to be open. You are seeing it as a contract, so you are guarding yourself. Why? Because probably you married the wrong person, so you don't trust him. Because if you trust him, you'll be vulnerable. If you trust him, you open up. If you trust your wife will know what you are doing with money. Let's tell ourselves the truth. The reason that marriages don't work is because we are not giving our 100% commitment to it. There is no covenant. It's a contract. It's a contract, 50-50. You bring 50%, I bring 50%. That's not marriage. If you're not ready to do 100% from each side, You are just roommates, wasting time.